KUDU is a 501c3 nonprofit chartered in Winter Park, Florida. It was created to provide lasting change in the lives of children in need in the Kibale district of Uganda. This video is a proposal to raise funds to build a pediatric clinic to serve the children of the Home of the Holy Angels, their medical needs, and the needs of their families, and the staff of the school, the Home of the Holy Angels, and their families in Kibale, Uganda. There currently is no clinic in Kibale. In fact, the nearest medical facility for basic children's care is located about 6 miles away. Treatment there means a long walk, as there are no federal or locally provided public transportation services. That means a long walk for the children and their caretakers. Emergency care, and we all know children occasionally need emergency treatment, is out of the question. As administrators for the students enrolled in the Home of the Holy Angels School, we are responsible for the care and treatment of our children. We are their caretakers. It is our responsibility to provide basic health care and first aid for their bumps, their scrapes, and their sniffles, and if necessary, their broken bones and serious accidents, which can happen on any campus. I've asked 4 friends to add their perspective about how they became acquainted with the Home of the Holy Angels and where they see the mission in years to come. The first of these compassionate individuals is Lorena Dunlap. What keeps you motivated with this program?
Well, first of all, I think the progress that's been made. There's been a terrific amount of progress from where they started. Also, I've formed sort of a relationship with Godfrey, and I've been struck by the change in his photographs. When Father first sent me photographs of him, he was a very sad-looking little boy. He was about 6 years old, and he was very serious, never a smile on his face. In this last year now, the pictures that have come through, he's got a big grin on his face and smiling and seems like a different child. And I have these pictures, and then there was also a picture with his mother. And so I feel like the help has changed him some, and he's secure now and safe, and leaves me with a good feeling.
So his joy brings you joy?
Yeah, right.
Beautiful.
And there have been rewards too. When you do something for somebody else, it gives you a feeling inside for yourself too, like you're making a difference to someone at least.
The children are here due to the AIDS/HIV virus. There is no mistaking that fact. The children come from homes where their primary caretakers, their mother and father, are deceased due to the AIDS/HIV virus. The caretakers of these children are typically their grandparents or an extended aunt or uncle, who are usually raising other orphaned members of the family. The disease has almost eliminated the entire middle generation of this country's population. This brief video will tell you about KUDU, about the Home of the Holy Angels, and why we need you as an active member of our missionary team to help us build our clinic. The next person I had the opportunity to speak with is Flora Tora. What would you say to somebody who is considering going on a mission trip to Uganda with Father Charles?
Well, I really think that on mission trips, and I would think especially to Uganda, that it's not so much the work that you do, it's not what you do from day to day to day, but it's the people that you meet when you're there. And if you're going to be around children, it's gonna break open your heart, and you're gonna love the experience, because it's interesting. But everywhere in the world that you go, and this is, I think, true in the Dominican Republic, and I'm sure it will be true, and I'm sure it will be true there, is that children are everywhere, and especially with his orphanage, and they just they have a way of relating to you. So if you ever get a little nervous or you're anxious about wherever you are, whatever it is that you're doing, as unfamiliar as you may be with the experience, these children's faces and their expressions and their smiles and just the way they run around and, talk to you and smile at you and are with you, it just makes the whole experience, 100-fold worthwhile. You get so much more than you give.
Immediately after receiving our nonprofit charter in 2007, we embarked upon an identity program to establish the name KUDU and began a fund solicitation campaign to make our organization fiscally sound and responsible. We successfully raised enough funds to build our administration building, a dormitory, and a second classroom. Today, with enrollment of over 100 students, we are bulging at our seams. We find we must add some new buildings to our campus to keep up with our growth. We cannot do it without you. Since KUDU was created, we have pursued our purpose with love, generosity, and the support of compassionate people like yourself, who believe we can make a difference in the lives of these children. With a slow start, plans gradually came together. Volunteers were organized, land was purchased, money was raised, and the school and residence, known as the Home of the Holy Angels, eventually took shape. Buildings were contracted for and quickly came out of the ground. Teachers and matrons were selected. Laptop computers for the children became a possibility and were soon placed in our classrooms. Visiting German exchange students set up our first computer class, and the children, who were used to chalk and slate education, were amazed. The German visitors were soon followed by Swiss and Dutch visitors. Our first graduating class graduated with pride. We received the attention of the Minister of Education for our district and qualified as a state-certified elementary school. Our students rank at the top percentile of children in our district. Today, the Home of the Holy Angels is bustling. It serves over 100 children. Our school includes classrooms, break rooms, a kitchen, a laundry facility, bathrooms, a storage facility, and even a modest but successful agribusiness project, and a playground. I also spoke with Steve Thagard. As you will see, Steve enjoys gardening and helping things grow. Steve, go ahead and tell me, how did KUDU appeal to you?
Well, for my wife and I, our involvement really started as part of our stewardship plan. And we'd made a commitment to tithe our time, our talent, and treasure. And among that, we support our parish church and a number of Catholic charities and ministries. We like to support things that involve our parishioners. We favor grassroots organizations. And we believe a percentage of what we give should go to the poorest of the poor. And although there are poor here in America and there's poor everywhere, we've always felt that Africa is a desperate place, but we never knew how we could help. And I think it was one week when Father Charles spoke at Mass, talked about the problems in Uganda, and the fact that he wanted to start an orphanage. I think not only the poorest of the poor, but the most vulnerable children. And so we made a small donation to get involved.
Now, can you tell me, what would you say to those who were wishing to get involved?
Well, I think it's an incredible organization, and what's been, I think, amazing is for the amount that is received, the unbelievable things that they have done. And so it's something, I think, when you get involved, you immediately see the fruits of your work. But also, as the organization has grown, they've built this board of directors and advisory group that provides support and assistance. And so there are so many ways people can be involved with their time, their talent, or their treasure.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
To be a full-service orphanage, our plans require a basic pediatric clinic for the children, their families, and our staff. The people who live and work in close proximity with the children need to be as healthy as the children. To attract our medical staff, we will need to provide them with modern living quarters. A guest cottage will provide temporary quarters for medical missionaries who will want to visit, study, worship, and pray here. Exploratory visits by U.S. sponsors will generate additional partnership arrangements. Visits by nursing and medical students pursuing postgraduate degrees in related healthcare programs will begin lasting relationships. Now we respond to Christ's directive with an aggressive building program to add a simple pediatric clinic to our school campus that will provide basic care for the children. Total estimated costs to complete our clinic and begin to staff it are approximately $1.5 million. Second and third year operational costs will also be expensive. Transportation expenses are to be expected, containerized shipping, duties and taxes, feeding and housing the physicians and medical staff, training our technicians, and so on. It can be overwhelming. We need your help. Please consider helping Father Charles build his school and clinic. Next up, we will hear from Dr. John Langdon, the director of the medical project for the Home of the Holy Angels. Now, what are some of the primary goals that you hope to accomplish over in Kibale?
Well, we want to provide basic health services for these children. Interestingly enough, most of them, virtually all of them, are HIV negative. You know, as everyone knows related to this project, these are the orphans of HIV families. And that's the real socioeconomic disaster that has occurred with HIV. These children are left wandering the streets and not being cared for and subject to all forms of degradation and predation. And here they have a safe environment, but to continue to be safe, they need to have health care. They need their annual physicals when they come to school. They need their immunizations. They need to have a little bit of urgent care available. We're trying to keep this project something that we can get our arms around, because from the 20 years that I've worked in these environments, I know if you overshoot, it'll go to ground after a short period of time, because you can't maintain very complex facilities. So you want to provide good quality, fundamental care. And we're also looking at a lot of other opportunities to create volunteerism here on this side of the ocean. People to go there, doctors to go there, nurses to go there, and actually create systems where we can help with the education of these kids. The project is very forward-thinking in that it has not only a school for the children, but a school, a vocational center where kids, when they get a little older into their teens, can continue to go to school. And part of what caught my attention with this is it's one of the answers to the future of Africa, to take these children who would be lost to the future and make them able to contribute to a growth and development of Africa. So it serves so many goals. It's so useful.
Which brings us back to this chalkboard. How can you help build this clinic and move our school from a chalkboard society to the digital world? There are several ways you can help. First, pray for our success. Our team is working tirelessly to mentor and shepherd the beautiful children of Uganda. Second, join our team. We need your ideas and participation to build this clinic for the children of Kibale. Third, help us promote our mission and its objective to those in your community who may have the means and resources to help us. Finally, and most important, contribute to our cause. For as little as $100, you could purchase a year's supply of first aid equipment. For $500, you could purchase a basic examining table. For $2,500, you could help us complete an entire examining room. Really, any amount that you could spare would make a meaningful difference in the lives of these children. Please help us move our school and our clinic from a chalkboard society to a modern, healthy, digital society.
We need your active partnership in our work to share Christ's love for his children. And I am asking you for your help. Thank you very much.